Back, forth and forth.
You shouldn't be here. You hear me? Huh? You shouldn't be here.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 time travel TV shows. For this list, time travel must be central to the show's overall premise, not just a part of specific episodes or plot lines.
What the?
For that reason, we're excluding Futurama, because that show only deals with time travel directly in a handful of episodes. And Fry taking an extremely long nap doesn't really qualify. Number 10. Heroes. With this superhero series, NBC stepped up their game and produced a primetime favorite featuring the likes of Ali Larter, Milo Ventimiglia, and breakout star Hayden Panettiere.
I need someone to talk to. I don't know if I can do this anymore.
For 4 seasons, Heroes crept into the subconscious of both comic nerds and curious viewers, as each volume and new solar eclipse presented real people coming to grips with their supernatural powers. You know, like Peter Petrelli, who could absorb the abilities of others, or the time-traveling hero Nakamura.
お前かっこいいぜ。
本当?
Heroes wrapped up its initial run in 2010, forcing couch potatoes to venture off to a brand new station and a brave new world, until it returned as the miniseries Heroes Reborn in 2015.
What the hell are you doing? What I've always been doing. Working with Renatus to save the world.
Number 9. The Time Tunnel. For the scientists behind Project TikTok, daily life revolves not around lab experiments, but around trying to get back to their present.
Never mind, Tony, they won't listen.
Of all people, you'd think they'd understand.
You know the drill. The boss gets on your case about the Time Tunnel project and how much it's costing the government, and suddenly you're aboard the Titanic or fighting with Custer by way of static continuum.
Reno's battalion will be lucky to get out of it alive.
For just 1 season, actors James Darren and Robert Colbert helped mesmerize the minds of 60s-era sci-fi fanatics.
We have hit an iceberg, just as the two of you predicted. How could you have known?
Captain, the only explanation is the truth.
However, executives apparently didn't understand what the kids were into back then, or what good ratings were, and canceled it. Imagine that.
MEM, come in, MEM. The Luna Depot has been destroyed. Beard is dead. Repeat, Beard is dead.
Number 8. Terminator, The Sarah Connor Chronicles.
So, it's your birthday.
How'd you know?
You kidding? I celebrated your 30th with you.
Before Lena Headey entered the Game of Thrones, and after Brian Austin Green left Melrose Place, there was a Fox series that tapped the narratives of 2 iconic films.
Like I said, there is no one here.
I'm going to look around. It's life or death.
Beginning in 1999, with Sarah and John Connor hoping to thwart attacks from a variety of post-apocalyptic baddies, The Sarah Connor Chronicles jumps to the year 2007, which seems like a horrible place to be given the creation of Skynet Terminators.
What are you waiting for? She doesn't know. She doesn't. I'm good now. I'm good. I ran a test. Everything's perfect. I'm perfect.
Unfortunately, the network threw down the longsword of doom on this show, regardless of those poor fans that wished for just 1 more season of time travel euphoria.
Where are we? Same where. Different when.
Number 7. Continuum.
The machine, it's legit, okay, but there's just one small issue. I need a nano metal circuit to focus the energy in the precise manner to dial in the return date.
Kira Cameron may look like your typical brunette bombshell cop, but she's not quite like the other Vancouver residents of 2012.
Yes, me. Why am I here? Why did you send me back?
In fact, she has a secret, and it's a big one.
What else you got?
I've said too much already.
focusing on the prevention of futuristic terrorism. Rachel Nichols' character leaves the year 2077 with a bunch of evildoers from the organization Liberate.
Kira, are you in or not?
And with a complex system of time-traveling narratives through the series, Continuum proved to be a smart, sexy, and wildly entertaining ride, fueled by its hyper-chaotic realism.
Where are we? What did you guys do?
Time jump, the vortex. You were there, and now you're here.
Number 6. Life on Mars.
I was driving a Jeep.
You were driving a military vehicle.
Hang on.
North American viewers may or may not remember the ill-fated ABC spin-off starring Jason O'Mara.
This notion that you're some kind of a time traveler notwithstanding.
However, their counterparts across the pond are surely familiar with the original BBC One series starring John Sim as a Manchester cop from 2006, who's launched back into the free love era of the 1970s.
I used to come here. I bought my first Gary Newman cars.
Of course, the rules and regulations changed a bit throughout time, and as Sam Tyler would discover, reality wasn't quite what it seemed to be.
Gather round for the big waking up. Come on, gather round. Game on.
With its title inspired by a David Bowie song, this series had everybody questioning the actual premise, but in a good way.
If I can save you, then who knows? Maybe I can save myself because he's gonna get me too.
Number 5. Lost. Certainly one of the most acclaimed dramas ever to appear on network television, and a binge-watch session waiting to happen. This ABC hit was co-created by The Force Awakens director J.J. Abrams, and centered around a mysterious plane crash and a group of utterly confused survivors. On the surface, the island narrative provides for a unique viewing experience. But once Jack and company come face to face with the others, well, it set the tone for one of the most hotly debated time travel stories of the 21st century.
Well, these others, think they're left over from the Dharma folks?
I don't know, man.
My theory, they're aliens.
Oh, right. Did we forget to mention the time travel thing?
What do you know about time travel?
Surprise! There was way more to that plane crash thing than we have time to explain. Number 4. Time Squad.
Please, Mr. Sandwich, you gotta let us help you.
How are we gonna do that?
We're gonna pay a visit to Larry.
Here's one for the Star Wars crowd, as this animated Cartoon Network series features the voice of Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill.
Hello, friends! Oh, the nice French people. Why, with the funny language and the talking.
However, on Time Squad, Larry 3000 isn't the most useful of the bunch. In fact, he's kind of a wimp.
It's horrible. I feel like I don't know who my real friends are anymore. Do they love me for me, or because I'm the creator of the Larry 3000?
With the task of maintaining about 100 million years of history so the future can remain the beautiful utopia it is.
All this equipment here helps us detect screw-ups in history.
Buck, Larry, and Otto hold down the Time Squad as the series presents viewers with some rather hysterical alternative scenarios from a sometimes distant, sometimes not so distant past.
Hey, you destroyed my robots. Oh, now I'm gonna have to invent something else.
Number 3. Steins Gate.
タイムマシンはセルンによって独占されています。一般人も企業も手に入れることはできません。
Based on the popular Japanese visual novel turned Xbox game, this awkwardly titled series focuses on time travel theories that could potentially lead to a third world war.
シュタインズゲートは誰も知らない世界線。
鈴を。
でも、おじさんの理論が正しければ、論文は焼け、タイムマシン開発競争は起きず、第三次世界大戦も起こらない。
But with the young protagonists receiving the most amazing of text messages and being transported through time by way of mobile microwaves.
お、どうした？消えてる。バナナが。
The characters of Steins Gate find ways to protect their own ideas while saving everybody in the process.
7月28日の俺が血のりの上で気を失って倒れているクリスティーナを発見すれば確定した過去は変わらない。 それがオペレーションスクルドの意味するところ。
Not a bad deal, eh? Well, life can be awfully difficult when you must trick your past self to survive.
まさか機関による記憶操作。あ、そうか。これこそがシュタインズゲートの選択。
Number 2, Quantum Leap.
Something wrong? You never paid me for a paper before? Well, it's about time I started.
It's the story of an ultra-brilliant, ultra-talented, ultra-altruistic, ultra-charming physicist who gets trapped in a time travel loop, with no one but his best friend Al the hologram to help him.
Driven by an unknown force to change history for the better.
But you could learn all that from the credits. As one of the more cultish time travel shows in recent memory, and we mean that in the best possible way, this NBC series became must-watch TV due to its ability to tap into societal issues while keeping its sense of humor.
Wait a second, you didn't mention the Russians. They were behind the assassination?
That's one theory. Another one is that Oswald was just pretending to be with the KGB. He was really with the CIA or the FBI.
Wait.
Sure, Quantum Leap often showcased questionable scenarios that today's viewers would likely tear apart. But if you can put aside the technicalities, you'll fully appreciate the narrative of the Donald receiving financial tips from our guy, Dr. Sam Beckett.
Come on, Donald. Hello, Mr. Trump.
Trump?
See ya.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
North Beach, Luna Restaurant.
It's wild. You can see the fence from this side, but not out there. And it's daytime there, night here.
Number 1, Doctor Who.
Not quite clear, this is. I can see by your face that you're not certain. You don't understand.
For decades, this British series has produced Time Lord after Time Lord, thanks to the ingenious concept of ongoing regeneration.
Who are you?
Who am I? Ask him.
The Earth scientist, Hardin. You were expecting him, Madam Chairman.
And that Mojoholics is the centerpiece of a classic time travel series, which has allowed the show to renew itself with each new Doctor it casts, and with each time travel-based storyline it undertakes, whether that takes them to Rome, the Old West, or into outer space.
Oxygen. Radiant heat. But this deep in space. I wonder.
The Doctor himself comes from a planet called Gallifrey, and let's just say he's got the most complex backstory of any time-traveling character in the history of television.
He's not one of them, is he?
Well, not so much one of them as one of us. One of me, to be precise.
Oh, no.
He's a strange alien, sure, but despite all his transgressions, we just can't get enough of Doctor Who, and whatever the Cartmel master plan seems to be.
You gotta help me.
You've only got yourself to blame.
Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite time travel TV show?
Well, guys, we'd love to stay and be massacred, but our ride's here.
For the train, ID!
For more mind-blowing top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Come back to us. Find a way to get rid of whatever's holding you in there, and come back.